After charging this jump starter, then attempting to jump start my car's dead battery, I realized this jump starter's battery is also dead. See what I do to replace this jump starter's battery next. The case of my jump starter comes apart pretty easily. There are 8 screws to remove. I could not use my usual Craftsman 1/4-inch drive screwdriver because the shaft is too large to fit into the screw recess in the case. I resorted to my 4mm drive phone repair screwdriver, but only the largest of the crosspoint bits could fit the case's screws. Once all the screws are removed, there's also a connection for the charging plug that must be disconnected before the cover can be set aside. As far as removing the battery, I was slightly worried because I've never had to deal with wires this thick before, so I wanted to be sure I don't do anything wrong when moving things out of the way to get to what I needed to disconnect the battery. Another thing I was surprised about was how tight the nut and bolt were tightened. I thought I'd be able to remove it with the pliers, but it was very hard to turn and I didn't want to keep trying, thinking I might strip the nut. I ended up using an 8mm socket on the nut and held the bolt with my pliers. That combination of tools worked really well and I was easily able to remove the leads connected to the battery terminals. Here's a look at the removed battery that I need to replace and some of the electronics inside the case of the jump starter. I would have thought there'd be more to the electronics considering it has to start your car, but it seems so simple. It could be related to quality, but I'm not familiar with these products to know good from bad quality. I did attempt to charge my jump starter for 24 hours before trying to jump start my car, so I was curious to know what voltage this battery would read after being charged for that long. I expected it to be a lot lower than 12 volts, and this was just to confirm that it is. Here's the specification of this battery. I'll look up a replacement on Amazon where there should be a lot of choices. Also, Amazon should have no problem shipping this type of battery across the ocean since it's not lithium-ion. I received the battery from Amazon in about 6 days. Not too bad considering it's coming from the East Coast and shipping to the middle of the ocean of the opposite coast. I'll take a look at the documentation, but I think this reassembly should be pretty simple. During reassembly, there are some cautions to take. The first thing is moving any wires out of the way before inserting the battery into the case. The battery is heavy, so it could crush the wires against the circuit board. While inserting the battery, the negative and positive posts have to remain accessible so the lug connector for the negative lead can be attached. Once the negative is attached, then the battery can be inserted into the case completely, then the positive lead can also be connected. Remember to attach the charging connector to the opposite side of the case before closing everything up and screwing everything down tight. Now that I'm done with the battery replacement, I don't have any way of testing my jump starter. I was thinking of disconnecting my car's new battery to see if the jump starter could start my car, but I've read that that's not a good idea. It supposedly sends spikes through the car's electronics, which could end up being an expensive repair. This time around, I'll try to monitor this jump starter more closely by creating a calendar event to remind me to check the voltage on a monthly basis. Online advice said a healthy jump starter battery should measure between 12.2 and 14.6 volts. This is sort of a generic video, so I hope this helps you if you also have a failing jump starter. Leave any questions or comments you may have in the comment section down below. That's all I have for now, and I'll catch you in the next video.